Okay, so you have your product created, it's in China, and now you need to get it shipped into Amazon's warehouse. So how do we do this process? And specifically, what shipping method should you use? Should you use air? Should you use sea? Should you use EXW? Should you use DDP? I'm going to go over all this in this video, and specifically what I recommend as a beginner shipping your product into Amazon. Now, what actually determines the rates of shipping? The size of the units, the bigger they are, the heavier they are, the larger they are, the more you're going to pay for shipping. If you have a super small compact item, it's going to be very, very cheap, and it makes sense to get it air shipped. Whereas if you have a giant item such as a refrigerator or air conditioner or something that's super large and heavy, it's going to be very expensive to get it on an airplane, and so sea shipping is going to be the way to go. Now, what I really recommend is getting quotes for air shipping and sea shipping. And depending on how big your product is, how large the dimensions are, it may make sense to just get the product air shipped. If you have a small product that's very compact or that's lightweight, then the quotes for air shipping and sea shipping are going to be very close to another. And so it definitely would make sense for a light, small, compact product to get air shipped because it's going to be here a lot faster. Now, in terms of waiting times for air shipping versus sea shipping, air shipping could be, anywhere from, 5 days to 15 days, whereas sea shipping usually takes, 3 to 7, sometimes even 8 weeks, depending on what time of the year it really is. Now, let's say you have two different items. One is small and compact, and one is larger, but they both weigh the same amount. The small item is going to be less in shipping than the larger item, even though it weighs the same. This is what's called being oversized. It still has a large cubic inch / cubic centimeter, whatever it is. It's going to be larger, and it's going to take up more space on a plane or on a boat, so it's going to cost more, especially in an airplane. Now, when it comes to shipping, as you order more units, unlike ordering actual units, the shipping price for each additional unit does not really go down. Now, if you order 1,000 units versus 5,000 units for your units themselves, the price usually goes down by a couple cents per unit. Now, for shipping, this stays generally the same, and it's basically based on and set by the actual shipping companies as a whole. For example, let's say you wanted to order 1,000 units via sea. Now, let's say that costs $5,000. If you wanted to order 10,000 via sea, then that would cost around $50,000. So the price does not really change based on how many extra units you're ordering. It basically stays the same whether you're ordering 10 units, 1,000 units, 10,000. The price is pretty much set by the major shipping companies who actually set these prices, and it's on a per unit, per weight basis. Now, what I would recommend is you to get quotes for air shipping and sea shipping so you can figure out exactly how much it's going to cost. And if the prices are close to another, I would definitely air ship because sea shipping takes a long time and air shipping is just a lot quicker. Now, what is the difference between EXW and DDP? So when you're actually purchasing an order and purchasing units, a lot of times you will ask the EXW price. Now, that is the price of the unit without any shipping. And so if you order let's say 1,000 units via EXW, then that means that you as the buyer are responsible for shipping those goods, picking them up, and shipping them once again out to Amazon. Now, if you use EXW, there's ways to get around that. You can connect with a freight forwarder. You pay them money, and they're going to arrange the shipping. So you don't have to go there physically pick it up. They're going to arrange it being picked up and sent to Amazon as the final destination. Now, EXW is cheaper, but at the same time, you still do have to pay for a freight forwarder unless you physically want to be there getting your goods and sending them to Amazon. A freight forwarder would be the middleman to do that all for you. Now, there are ways around this. Unlike EXW, if you choose to go with DDP from your manufacturer, that means that he's responsible for all the fees, and he's also responsible for basically getting your units from his manufacturing warehouse all the way to your end destination, which is going to be Amazon's fulfillment center. And so with this being said, this is very, very convenient. And yes, the products do cost more, but he's responsible for shipping, paying all fees, paying tariffs, border taxes, all that stuff. He's going to take care of everything for you and basically deliver it to your end destination, which again is Amazon's warehouse. Now, if you're getting any value out of this video, hit the thumbs up button and also make sure to subscribe down below because I release multiple videos every single week with step-by-step instructions on how to do Amazon FBA. Now, using the EXW method, you definitely can connect with a freight forwarder and connect all these dots for yourself. But I recommend as a beginner that you use DDP because it is a lot easier and it is more beginner friendly and it's less headache on your part figuring out all of the moving parts in this process. So once again, make sure to get quotes for air shipping and sea shipping. Do the one that makes the most sense for your business. And specifically, if you're running out of stock, then it may make more sense to actually spend more money, get the units flown over on a plane, and essentially not stock out as opposed to doing sea shipping. But once again, the bigger and the larger the dimensions of the units are, the more expensive they're going to be for you via plane and via sea. And one last thing, you can also go to Freightos.com and basically compare shipping prices via plane, via sea in real time right now. So make sure you do that. And with all that being said, make sure you're getting your items shipped for the most affordable prices at the fastest rate. Do whatever makes sense. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.